Hello, good morning. Welcome to another US futures trading. We have a market that is making new all-time highs. We have an all-time high that has been made in the overnight. They have a spectacular, gigantic gap. Overnight inventory. Well, Settle is, where the heck, Settle is up here. We can see short inventory here, getting a squeeze up here. Overnight inventory is very, I would say, even though we have this very wide range, I would say overnight inventory is balanced. All right. Now have settled down here and balance to long. I would say long. Okay, not 100% long, but mostly long, with all of this activity coming from saddle. This is not saddle. This is saddle here. This distribution has been closed. This one also has been closed. Alright. This has been closed. This questionable high has been repaired. And now we have a high that has been made during the overnight session. This one. This is an all-time high. Made during the Globex, during the electronic markets. Okay. Yesterday we were talking about how the last thing I wanted to be was short. That was the last thing I wanted to be short. We have a trending day. There was no reason to short the market yesterday at any moment. Okay. The closing has this huge blocks. Not at the closing of the session, but at the closing of the day. All right. This has been a constant in the last week. This and the last week, we have these blocks all over the place, Huh? When we have this break here or this rally, there was something here. It didn't take the ones that were here on this day. The break we had here just came to those ones that we have somewhere around this area here. Then we have this from last night. Yesterday. Now this is a very impressive gap. Okay, what happened yesterday or before yesterday? I was thinking that we may have some downside continuation during the overnight. It didn't have it. And this is what markets are unpredictable, right? And you can see something here. You can see the risk in the short side. You can see, I'm going to explain you why I say that. Okay, we have this day, and I thought Netflix was scheduled to release earnings yesterday, but I was mistaken. No, I was mistaken. It is today. Today is the Netflix after the close. I stand by my desk, by my computer until 4:30 yesterday. Then I realized that was a silly mistake from my part. Now, what is this, right? This is a rebalancing of this extremely long inventory, and I think this is my reference in the lower side. Okay. Okay, as long as the market, but notice where this low is, right? Where's M, the last period, is just right there, just around. And if the market starts to gain momentum to the downside and get closer to this, there's very good odds. Very good odds the market can close these distributions from yesterday. And by doing so, it can target this low here. It's going to do it? I have no idea. But right now, inventory is super, super long. How much volume do we have? Again. And what I think has happened, we have a squeeze, short squeeze of proportions here. You have higher volume. Can you see? Yesterday was one of the lowest, and now we have higher. Kind of like really similar to this level that we have here, right? We have volume. Sometimes the market has to break if we want to go higher. First, usually if the gap is going to be closed, the selling happens right from the opening. Next thing, half back here. Next thing, this one. Next thing, this. Let me show you something. This is a very treacherous market, man. This is very treacherous market here. What we have. I want to put this on the side so I can show you something. Look at what the bonds are doing. Job reports actually is a good number. It was a good number. Look what bonds are doing. Right? Once these highs have been corrected, now we go. During the overnight, I'm doing holidays, very, if there's any kind of break, there's any kind of breakout that's going to happen, it's unlikely that happens during holidays. Now, look at what this market is right now. Okay. Let's see. All-time high 5,900. Where is the 5,900? Okay, got this. Right here, 59. Okay. Market is defending this level now, the 5,900. What's going on with all the markets? Inside day. Questionable high in Russell. Gap. All the other markets are gapping high. Nasdaq, ES. Okay. This is what I wanted to show you. Oh, by the way, monthly, weekly trending higher. Right? Questionable high. We talked about this high a couple days ago. Same thing is happening again. Can you see? You get closer to this. Now today this level is 59.30. What is the 59? Oh, right where this high is. God damn. Oh boy. Gosh, adios. Okay. 59.30 here. 35 actually. Let's call it 35 here. I want to see if this market can close this gap now. This is the second time the market sells from this trend line. Let's see. And this is why you got to keep an eye. I mean, I trade the ES, but I'm aware of the other markets. Yesterday at the close, we were talking, or I don't know, I highlighted this level in Nasdaq. This is extremely questionable high here. Okay, just look at these highs. How many highs we have here? 1, 2, 3, just right there. One same level, at the same level. Then we have 3 here and we have 3 more here. So this market is very short, extremely short. And what we have here is a short squeeze. Really, of gigantic short squeeze. Can you imagine all the craziness, all the thoughts that these shorts are having while going through now? All right. As soon as the market gets close to, just imagine you are short here in this area, in this area, and the market's way up here at the opening. What do? Right? You get crazy. God damn, I got close. I am deep underwater. But the next thing you see is you got the market coming back to your position. And what do? Oh my God, right? I thanks the gods of trading, I am going to get out here. And thanks God the market has come back to my level and I'm going to close. That's one of the scenarios, right? Remember, there is people behind these movements. Now we have a bunch. Ooh, look at this, man. Look at this. Gosh, this is huge here. This is 2K. Now, if you have a position here, when you see the market going higher, what do? You start covering your position. Okay, all these are believe. What do, right? If the market comes back to where you are, you start to cover. If the market keeps going higher, you start to cover as well. Right? What is going to happen? I have no freaking idea. But the gap remains, okay? Gap has not been closed and this is an upside market. 59.35. How much is that? 59.35. That's 2 points. Maybe not today, but who knows? The selling here. The selling happens right from the open. In the same way how yesterday there was a selling that was misleading here, this can be the same thing, right? This can be the same thing. I'm not going, it's going to be the same thing because I have no idea what is going to happen. I don't have a crystal ball. I do have a crystal ball, but it's broken. It is in the repair shop. I have no idea. That's a joke, right? I have no idea. Feels I have a gap. There's a significant gap. If the gap is going to be closed, usually the selling comes right from the opening. Yeah. And when I say selling, come on, man. Something like this, right? Something like this. It has volume backing. It can be selling or buying, right? Now, look at this big number. This is very nice volume here. And everything here, everything is negative. The only one that is positive, go figure out, right? Right here. The only one. And it's huge. It's huge here. This is huge. This is gigantic here. We have an all-time high. We have a look above the 3-day range. You know? the, the thing here is how do you conceal not conceal how you can have these conflicted thoughts in your mind, all right? One breakout to the upside and failure, breakout of the 3-day range, look above has come back into range, and the breakout of the inside day from yesterday. Right? I hope you remember what we're talking about. Was looking this high as a potential yesterday, coming, this was a short coming inside here, never came down here, and looking, watching if the market can close this distribution yesterday. By not closing it, just the fact that it has not been closed, that is an important piece of information. I'm going to do something about that. That's another thing. That's another thing. That's a very different thing here. I have a belief here that things may start to get clearer after elections. The first nuance here, gap has not been closed, okay? Gap has not been closed. There was a significant selling here, really, really huge selling here. Now, in the long term, in the medium term, I think, I have this in the lower side. It's a short below this area, below the 30. Actually, this is a 58. This is an important level to defend here. Huh? I'm going to I just saw that. This is important level to defend here. Look at this. This low is exactly the overnight POC. This low is exactly overnight low. This low is also exactly overnight low. Back to back to back, well, almost back to back, right? Days with very questionable lows. All the tremendous amount of weakness that we have here now are out. This level, okay. And yesterday also, we were talking about how sometimes you got this. We have these movements that are conducted by very short-term hands or weak hands, and that are unlikely to stay. But once these loans have been taken, the second time it comes, and that's why I decided to keep this level. This level is not from yesterday, not even from Tuesday here. It is from Monday, okay? It is from Monday. Now, the second time, there's going to be a different kind of traders here. Who buys here, right? After this big movement, who buys here? What kind of traders are buying this market? Probably a stronger hand, stronger trades. I say probably, right? All statements are made thinking in probabilistic terms. These are not absolutes, okay? VIX is 1940. There's huge movement here, huge movement. And how much the VIX has improved? Not much. The perceived risk is high. The amount of hedging that this market has is gigantic. I mean, I think everything is hedged now. Both directions here. Okay, both directions. So this is just short-term trading that's going on. Okay, I don't think anybody's going to have any kind of positions that are going to be exposed here. Especially, we have Israel, we have the Middle East, We have trade. We have elections. Very different potential outcomes from elections as well. Either one party or the other party that are completely different, and how the market is going to react to both of them is unpredictable. Don't know what's going to happen. Now the fact that the jobless report is lower than expected, that's another thing, right? That also got that, yeah, the economy is strong, remains strong, right? Job remains high. People are keeping the jobs. They are not increasing in in the jobless area market, uh, and that, just think about this: if the inflation stays, or even if it has a little bit of increase, now what? Okay, what do you think the Fed is going to do if they are claiming all day long that they are data dependent? Now traders are rethinking, right? The 50 basic points cut the Fed did last year. They're wondering now if November even is going to happen that cut. There was a trade here, right? That trade was a counter-reaction to overnight inventory. That, from my point of view, is done. I wanted to watch something. I don't know what I want to watch. Gosh, man, I'm getting old. I got good volume here. Good. It's going to be as much as yesterday, at least. I want to see how close it gets to Tuesday. What kind of day are we having today? Is a day to the upside? Or is a day to the downside? I am about to lose power in my phone. The negative here is the market has rejected higher prices. It's rejecting higher prices here. Okay. The positive to look above the all-time high has been made during the overnight. Coming back inside previous range targets the opposite side. What is this opposite side? 58.50. To be honest, it's not that bad, huh? Can this market set around the center of the range? Around 58, 85, something like that? Or why I say that? Because after the close we had Netflix. That would be right at center of the range. I'm looking to the app. I am looking to the upside here actually. This number is getting bigger and bigger here. It's big, it's huge, man. This is huge. All these small ones, and this is huge. And this is the only one. This is the only one that's positive. You got one here, but little ones. Shit. Somebody's making a stand there. Somebody's holding the market right there. Can you see? That 59.05. Right there. And somebody wants me to see that. Why? There lies the question, right? Why somebody would like me to see that? If I'm going to do any kind of trade, if I'm going to trade a huge position, why I would like somebody to watch my position. Hmm? Oh yeah, here comes. More good numbers are coming. What kind of day is this? Right? What kind of day is? Is it a day to the upside? Is it a day to the downside? Think about that. Relative to yesterday, relative to the 3-day range, relative to the bigger trends. What's the intraday doing? I suspect there's a lot of stops here in this close. Maybe it can be here as well, around the 80, or what is this? The 90, right? 90 and 80. Porque quiero cambiar. Now we have a very bad low there, another bad low. So good odds that I don't want to be long here. Good odds that low is going to be taken. The next thing, the lower side is closing the distributions. I mean closing the gap. Now, the nuance here is it wasn't close in any. The market just had a chance to close that gap right there. It just didn't do it. It doesn't mean anything per se. It doesn't give me, doesn't trigger anything from my part. Okay, remember the 58.85 is the level I am watching the lower side. Can that level hold, or whatever? Did Nasdaq close the gap? Actually, Nasdaq has closed the gap. Porque quiero cambiar el mundo por un segundo y que me diga cuánto querías. What I see here, it's just trading here, short-term trading. Momentum trade is piling the short side here. Gap closed. There's one tick that separates those gaps. Yeah, okay. Now it's closed. Officially, the gap is closed. Now look at a bunch of reds that are coming here. Bunch of reds, this time are negative, 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 right? There's some big one here. Just right and love, just to break this low here. But if you're more, don't get confused by these numbers here. You know, it's better. You just can't look at that. Ok, quiero cambiar el mundo por un segundo. Es que no. Y otra vez. Sometimes markets just get ahead of itself. Inventory, but now inventory was too long. You know, it went too far, too fast. Too long, too far, too slow. Too long, too far, too fast. I don't know what happened. Maybe I guess something I read there was the European Central Bank decided to keep the rates unchanged. What happens if you are shorting here, right? As the market is going high, shorting. When the market breaks, what do? This can be a buying here, yeah, to cover. No, I don't know. Nobody knows that. There's only one person that knows that. It's very hard, no? This moment to trade. Again, the 58.50 looks really far. But remember, oh boy, the 58.60 was, come on, 65. This one was the one, not the 50, but this one here. Maybe tomorrow. Pay attention to this area. And add in particular, along with also this one here, this level here. Those are the late pullback low from yesterday and the distribution close. Porque quiero cambiar el mundo por un segundo y que me digas cuánto querías que esto pasara una vez más. Very technical trading here. We got almost as much volume as this day. That was huge. Can you see? I'm going back to compare rather this day. Than this one. This is significant higher. All right, guys. The market has value higher. The trades to the upside. There's some rebalancing of the extremely long inventory, overnight inventory that is going on. I'm keeping an eye on Nasdaq as well. That short squeeze that happened from the 2390 level. It's not a coincidence that the gap is pretty close to that level. Yesterday highs stopped short from that level. It just adds tremendous weakness to the upside. That weakness in the upside has been corrected. Now we have a look above and failure in progress. Okay, very tricky day. Right? Who say trading was easy? Nobody said it was easier. This could be the potential destination of this movement is down here, but fails it has to deal with this. Yeah, it's just tiny. This distribution can, is there. Many people can just miss this piece of information here. This is really important. Right now the market, has gotten into this one. No, it doesn't take much for this market to get to this side, from what it is now. Can you see? It just doesn't get much. Well, this high has been corrected. This high also has been taken. I have just okay. Why? I thought I put something here. Oh. This is an all-time high now. How many highs this market, how many new highs this market has made? $60 something. And check this out. Come on. %25 year over year. This is just come on, man. 25%. What kind of returns. What kind of business can give you 25 returns over your investment? So, but not so far. I'm going to do it here. It has come back inside this range, potentially targeting this one, but it's been bought from this high. Nobody say it was easy. Now, look at this bar here. Where the volume is in the lower side. Most of the volume is in the lower side of the bar. What do you think is happening? What's happening here? What do you think was happening here? And what is happening now? Right? What is happening now? Back to this level here. It does have movement. I mean, it does has this market has volume, right? It has volume. Where this volume is at? Is the question. Is above yesterday? It's below yesterday? Is adding or is creating a range relative to yesterday, relative to the 3 days? Now, if I see the daily time frame, the market's to the upside. All time frames are trending higher now. You have 3 days in a row. Now, you're starting today. Look at these calls, man. How much are those? 25. Oh my bad. 59. £10. Yeah. Are you shorting the market? Why are you shorting the market? Where's your stop? Okay. What needs to happen for your trade to work? What the market needs to do if you are doing something? Ask yourself that question, right? It is one thing shorting in this area above this high, when the market failed to take this high. Another one shorting inside this range. Inside this range. Very tricky, man. These markets are, I would say, these markets are very dangerous here. This is what I wrote today in my homework. Kind of like a really fast, really fast, very not much. Because the most important thing is this, Nasdaq. This is from yesterday, okay. Nasdaq was extremely short. Inventory was very, very short. As a consequence, you have a short squeeze that happened during the overnight. Sometimes, other markets, other indices, sometimes they just follow what one of those is doing, because the funds or the traders that are holding one instrument, once the market starts to move, when the market starts to move, and they are out of the movement, they are forced to buy the underlying. And that is what can generate those huge movements. And actually, today, and this is part of the dynamics of the market. Actually, today in the morning, I am still looking to the upside. All right, I'm still looking to the upside. I was wondering, can this market take that overnight high? Can take that overnight high and hold this level here. It didn't. The market did not hold this. That just changed everything. But the days to the upside, look where value is. We still have 2 periods here into this market, into a session, and the third one is about to start, and the market is higher relative to yesterday. Now, if this market starts to trade sideways here, maybe for 3, 4, 5 periods sideways here in this side, that will give the market a long liquidation shape. The market has just got too long, and now it's rebalancing that inventory. Now the thing is, just look at where this what happened here, right? What happened here, exactly from half back, and now what's happening now. Was resistance, or my bad, was support first, then was resistance, now support again. at this moment in time, many people have lost sight of what happened here around this 905. Now we have POC. Look where that buying is coming from. Something that I don't like from these markets, I don't like it even more this time of the year, is when the corrections happen in the overnight. This I don't trade the overnight. You know, when the opportunities come during the overnight, when the correction happens during the overnight, it is. I need to see the correction happening during regular trading hours, right? But since the market has made the movement during the overnight session, during Globex, that's just how can I say this? It's harder to find an opportunity here. Okay, I guess that's what. It is harder to find an opportunity because many of these movements are rebalancing of inventory. And yesterday's movement, for example, especially in Nasdaq, there was a bunch of stops there around the 390. Once those stops are taken, not all of them are going to be taken. All right, not all of them, not all those positions are going to be. Their stops are not going to be placed right above that high, for example, right? Some of them will have another reference. Maybe if I talking about Nasdaq, maybe the previous gap high, for example, right? Or maybe one of the distributions closing, something like that. And once the movement happens, once that thing happens, during regular trading hours, the movement many times doesn't have the same strength, right? In these environments, when markets are thin, it just doesn't, because it's just trading money here, mostly trading money. You can see the VIX, right? That's another indicator here. The VIX being that high. When the VIX is that high, right? 19. When the VIX is that high, and when at the same time the markets are making all-time highs, come on, man, really? Right? Now look at gold. Gold is making new the trade in dollar, and this remains strong here. Now we were talking about this. Come on, look at what can happen with crude oil, right? This market can come all the way to 80, or it can drop below 64, below 66 here. And the most important thing for me are these markets here. These are just Oh boy. This is huge break we have here. It's huge break, man. Have just noticed that. It's huge break. This is a downside market, man. The market, the indices have been ignoring this, but that can happen just for sort of. Look at, sometimes it happens for a while, but sooner or later they just come back and they get in sync. Either the ES is going to match the bonds, or the bonds are going to match the ES. Trending wise, right? Okay, it's 10:40. I'm 10:40. This looks like long liquidation here now. Gosh, man, look at this C high here. You didn't get up here. All right. Unless you have any questions, I'm going to call it a day. This is, I am flat, man. I haven't placed a trade here. I am flat. I'm not ashamed to say in saying that. I have no shame saying I am flat. Clearly, this market is being bought from this. You can see it here, right? It's going to hold. It's going to hold. Is this level going to hold here? No idea. Now the lower side, the downside continuation below this low. We have seller. I think I will look. I may change my mind if the market comes around this area, where these big blocks are around the 85, between the 83, 85, something like that. Around this, it happens to be the low of this distribution, right? And that's why I had this before. This area here, the area, right? A couple things to watch here. This low here as the low of this distribution, and this high here as the closing of this distribution. Right? This can be an area for me to make some kind of decision here, depending on what happened here. And this is the thing, right? I don't make plans. Okay, if the market comes down here, I'm going to go short. If the market comes down here, I'm going to be long. I don't do that. It really depends how the market gets to that level, for example, right? No? If I have that mindset that I'm going to go short or long, if I around this level, I already made up my mind. I am expecting the market to fit what I think the market should do. If I start thinking that way, the odds that I'm going to have success, being successful, start to decrease, right? Because it is the other way around. I have to fit to what the market is doing, right? The other way around is trying to guess what the market will do, right? Nobody knows what the markets do, can or will do. I may assess some risk. I may have an idea of what kind of risk this environment has, what kind of risk I am willing to take, but I don't know what the market is going to do. Right? And that is the definition of discretionary trading. I don't trade market profiles. I use market profiles to make educated bets. Okay, hope you have a wonderful rest of the day. Stay safe. Hope I can see you tomorrow. Bye bye.